A buddy of mine on YouTube asked me to make a little video about the trailer. Appreciate that. I don't know what you want exactly, so I'll just show you the trailer and give you a rough walk through it, I guess. Little wood frame around the windows and the doors, or the door, sorry. Well, the window frames are just little wooden stir sticks that I just cut basic to length. Painted them black with a black Sharpie. I didn't do anything fancy because I know the trailer's not going to last, right? So, and the black on the bottom is like automotive undercoat, you know, because it's going to get wet, so, or a little bit wet. I don't play in the water that much because I don't really care. But it's black undercoat just to help give a little bit of protection. The wheel wells, I just cut the tire radius out of the cardboard and then put a curved piece on the inside, and I glue gun the hell out of the thing, so it's pretty strong. So the wheel wells are in there. They're not like you can't really see in there, but they're actual wheel wells. The aluminum frame was actually made out of an old bent camera tripod that I had. I just cut some pieces to length. Same with the axle. I just nut and bolted it together with some little RC nuts and bolts, some backup pieces that I had, and just drilled a few holes, bolted it together. Used a couple of Axial SCX10 body braces, like the frame braces, to get the dimensions right for it. Just threw a little bumper on the back. Stock wheels off an Axial. Some Ripsaw tires. They're not glued on. They don't really need to be. Painted a bumper white for it. Made some mud flaps out of an old inner tube. I just wanted some mud flaps on there. Just, you know, a couple of RC decals, like the taillights were off of a Chevy body I had. My wife Sarah made me the no trespassing sign, and that no trespassing sign. The doorknob is actually a earring stud. The camera won't focus on it, but it's an earring stud. The windows are plastic, but it's made out of old CD cases or DVD cases, the clear stuff. I just cut it oversized, glued it in on the back side. That is actually a engine cover for an old Revell model Lamborghini engine cover, glued on, flipped upside down, as a little air scoop for the top of the camper. The curtains are made out of just pieces of old pants. Well, the fronts are made out of a old Canadian, like a little bandana thing. I just found it and grabbed it and cut it up. The step, well, that was flat aluminum. I just cut it, bent it, put a little hinge thing on it, so it will move out of the way if it gets hit. It's not sturdy. It's just there for looks. The hitch, it's just like a turnbuckle. You can see it in there. It's just bolted in with two bolts through it. It's just a turnbuckle with a screw going this way into one of these eyelets for like a shock hoop or a steering link. And I put a spacer on there, but it's just got a screw going through it. I put this part on first, and then I bolted it on there. I just slid the turnbuckle inside. You get them at Home Depot or whatever. This big plate of aluminum down here was shit, I can't remember what it was, but it was just a wide piece of aluminum, you know, that thick. Just cut it to make a little triangle. The hardest part was making it the hitch the right length, so you know, so the thing would actually steer properly. It's close, but it could have been a little longer. And I did that first day out. Flipped over, hit the throttle, slammed it into something. But how many campers don't have roadkill? Right? And there's nothing inside it. You know, there's nothing in there. I didn't need to put anything inside. You can see right through it, but I broke that window putting it in. You can't really see it. There it is. There's a crack. But yeah, other than that, just stuck some stickers on it. You know, give it a sporty look. There you can see the undercoat better now. And there you can see in the wheel wells, they're just cut out, cardboard backed in the sides. Glue gun. Oh, and on the inside, sorry you can't see it, but from that screw and that screw to bolt the frame on the trailer, on the inside of the trailer, there's a piece of wood that fits in between the frame rail there. that the screws actually go into, pre-drilled, and I glued the piece of wood down to the inside of the camper, so that way the frame is, it's not gonna come off. It's on there. And it's light, but it's light enough, it's heavy, but not heavy to the point where, you know, it's a burden on anything to tow it. But it's heavy enough where if you're going over rocks, you're going to get a little bit of deflection in the tires, and the camper has some weight to the bottom. So the piece of wood actually helps it. So it follows along nicely, hits the bumps nicely, you know, and it stays on its wheels. Like it can go on to about a 45 before it wants to tip over. But if you're just scale riding, then, you know, if you're trail riding, you're not actually going to take your truck out with your camper and try and do jumps, right? Well, you might. But anyway, I hope that helps. Didn't know what you wanted. But anyway, oh, sorry, the box itself was a Spektrum controller. Sorry, I'm suffering from a cold here. This is what the box used to be. That's what that was, except for laid down like that. Before, after. Just got to have some angles on it, you know, like up there, down there, and there, like a camper would, right? And yeah, just hot glue gun and imagination. A little bit of glue, a little bit of paint. All right? So there you go. Before, after. All right, guys. Later.